welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. So today's video is basically all about using what you have. This video is for all of you who are students and are still in school or university. I get tons of requests from you guys asking me to do some makeup tutorials that consist of products that you can trust even if you do decide to spend your money on something. So I thought I'd take you through a whole bunch of products that I've been using for a while now, and these are products that have taken me from when I started up till now. All the products that I'm going to be using today, some of them are well priced, some of them are super affordable, and then some of them are also a little bit on the pricier side, but it works amazingly, and that's something that you would probably want to spend a little bit extra on because it's going to last you long and it's worth spending your money on because it'll give you great makeup look. This morning I woke up with some dark circles underneath my eyes, and you can see they're quite prominent. Usually they don't stand out as bad, but for the past few days my sinuses have been so bad, so I've been up all night sneezing and blowing my nose, and you can see like how red it is around my nose area. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to show you how I would generally neutralize these kinds of things. So I'm going to show you how I neutralize just the dark circles, and then also the redness around my nose, some dark spots around my mouth area as well. And then I do have a little bit of scarring on the center of my cheeks over here, so I'm going to show you how I would cover them. This is the palette I'm going to use today to cover all the darkness and also the redness around my nose and on my cheeks. So if you're wondering why I look like a complete fool, it's because I'm color correcting. I'm so sorry that you missed that. My camera really wasn't recording, but hopefully you can see what I've been doing. So what I did was I added a little bit of green corrector to the redness around my nose. So anywhere on my face where I find my skin looked a little bit irritated and just a lot more red than everywhere else on my face, so I've applied green over there and I've tried to blend it in just a little bit using the brush. And then for the dark circles underneath my eyes and also a little bit of pigmentation around my mouth area, I've added my peachy pinky color corrector underneath or on top of those areas. I find like for the last day or two my sinuses have been really bad, so I've been irritating my eyes, like they've been really itchy, and my nose, I've been sneezing quite a bit and just blowing my nose, so it's been really red, and my eyes have been super puffy. My eyes weren't puffy when I woke up this morning though, but I can feel that they're still a bit scratchy. Hopefully that means that spring is coming along because I actually can't wait for this cold weather to go away. You can use a beauty blender to blend them in if you like. Try not to take too much of the product off because you still want it to have an effect underneath your foundation. So make sure that it's quite a thin layer but still has that effect and that you can still see that you've color corrected a bit. For foundation, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD Long Wear Illuminating Foundation. Whew. I haven't actually used this foundation before. I've seen a few reviews. I'm not sure if this is even my shade because I just grabbed it from the counter. And most times it's so hard to find LA Girl things because they sell out so quickly. They've compared this foundation to the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte Foundation. I also picked that one up because I haven't used it before. I'm going to see if I can try and use some more affordable foundations because I know that that's what you guys also want to see. I've got a lot of comments on Instagram saying like you guys are all students and it's so difficult to spend your hard-earned money, and I do understand that. So hopefully this works, and if it does and if you're happy with how it looks, you should probably run to Discount tomorrow or today or whenever this video comes out. I'm not sure. Okay, so I'm going to try this and see. Ooh, it's quite runny actually. Okay, so let's go for it. Okay, the consistency is quite runny.
Memories die out too hard. And we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest tears. We set down by the fire, knowing we couldn't hide.
And sometimes some foundations smell like really good and you don't mind it on your skin. but this one doesn't smell like chemical-y or anything. It just, yeah, it smells like product, I guess. Okay, so that's how it looks. I feel like I may have taken a shade a bit too light maybe, because in summertime I'm definitely not this color. I haven't had a tan in so long, and usually I lose a lot of color during winter, so this is probably the lightest I'm ever gonna go. Okay, so that is the foundation. It actually doesn't look too bad. I feel like you can go in with another layer if you want to cover a little bit more. I'm quite happy with this. I feel like for the price it does quite a bit actually. It covers nicely, and it doesn't feel funny on my face. Actually feels really good. You're not bad at all, my friend. I feel like because it's a new foundation, I'll probably, if I do go out, have to like watch my face the entire day to make sure that it's not like going anywhere. So I'm gonna try and save all of this with some bronzer, and hopefully it'll come out looking a lot better, with a lot more color. Okay, so now we're going to get into highlighting the center of our face. For that, I'm going to use some concealer. Foundation doesn't really do the same effect underneath your eyes, to cover underneath your eyes, than a concealer would, because the consistency and the formula is made specifically for thin-skinned areas, especially underneath your eyes. The formula is full coverage most times, so all full coverage, because their purpose is to cover. For concealer, I'm going to use the MAC Prolongwear concealer. When I used this years ago, and I stopped using it, and then I started to like play around with a whole bunch of other concealers, and now I'm back. It's in the shade NC30. And because we've color corrected, you now have a very good base for your concealer. So now this is extra coverage, and hopefully you will cover all that dark circles and make your eyes stand out a lot more. Also be very gentle around the eye area. You don't want to agitate the skin or irritate the skin. So I've done a little bit of concealer underneath my eyes. I'm going to put some of that on my chin, and then also down my nose area. My face is looking hella bright. That's because I think my foundation's a bit too bright here. And then also just start to blend the edges of your concealer into your foundation. Bronzer, I'm going to use the Decay Beached bronzer in the color Bronzed. Initially I thought that the foundation may have been a tad bit too light for my skin, but as I wore my face up a bit using the bronzer, it's starting to come along really well.
We were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We set down by the fire, knowing we couldn't hide, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees waiting for the summer. No
I'm going to use MAC Soft and Gentle. This is my absolute favorite highlighter. It's my ride or die. I've used so many highlighters before in the past, but for some reason I always go back to using this specific one. I've had mine now for well over 2.5 years, which is a really long time to actually have one. And I spent between 200 and 250 rand, so it's quite worth the buy. I haven't even made a dent in the actual product yet, so I know it's going to last me for a really long time to come. So if you want to look like a super awesome glazed donut on Instagram, then this is definitely something you should invest in. For brows, I'm going to use the Benefit Coverall. I really love this stuff. I've been using it for such a long time now. Usually I would switch between either using a pomade or a brow pencil, but I find that the pomade is just always the best. It's always something I always go back to. I find that with the little brush that comes with it, you can create cool brush strokes through your own brows, and when it dries it kind of looks like your own hair. This is a very natural effect. So if you're willing to spend that kind of money on a brow product like this, I swear to you, it's a really good investment. It's going to last you a long time, and it's going to give you the effect that you want for your brows.
'Cause I've been laying under palm trees waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go.
Then I'm going to set my brows with the Essence Brow Gel. This little guy is dynamite for just under 50 bucks. And for the perfect shade of pink, I'm going to use the Dallas Blush by Benefit. So the easiest way to create definition on your eyes without using eyeshadow is to use what you have. So use your bronzer, use your blush. This is what I use when I'm in a rush or when I'm doing my makeup in the car and I'm on my way to an event. So I don't want to clutter and bring a whole bunch of things with me. I just use what I have. So I'm going to use my bronzer. This is the bronzer that I use for my face, and adding some definition to my eyes. I'm just using it in the crease. I'm going to use a little bit of my blush as well, and I'm just going to use the same brush, and I'm going to mix it in and just use that in the crease and then also on the outer corners of my eye. Now you've got to blend. Okay, now you want to do the lower lash line. I'm just going to do the exact same thing like I did to the top. I'm going to do to the bottom. I'm just going to use a smaller brush.
Memories die out too hard. We were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We said no matter.
And for mascara, I'm going to use the Clinique Flutter to Full Mascara.
Didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go.
For lips, I'm going to use the Essence Long Lasting Lip Liner in the shade Lovely Frappuccino. This is the lip color a lot of you guys have been asking me about on Instagram. Now you know that it is Essence, and it costed me just under 35 rand, I think, which is ridiculous for the pigmentation and how smooth and creamy the formula is. I wouldn't say that it lasts as long as what the product promises, but it's definitely worth the buy. If you are planning on wearing this shade though, just make sure you keep your pencil in your bag when you do go out so that you are prepared for touch-ups, because it does give a little bit of transfer, but for the color and for the shade and for the price, it's definitely worth the buy. Okay, so to set my face, I'm just going to use the Estee Lauder Set and Refresh Perfecting Makeup Mist. I really like this product because I can use it to dampen my brushes as well if I want to get a more glowy look on my lids, then I would spray an eyeshadow brush and then just dampen it a little bit, dip it into a highlighter and then pop it onto the lids, because then it will just give it extra effect, which is very cool. Smells absolutely amazing. This makeup mist ticks all the boxes for me. I really like how it smells, how it holds my makeup, how it just makes me feel refreshed. This is something I always keep in my handbag. I always keep something in my handbag to refresh my face as I go along through the day. Sometimes your makeup can smother you a little bit, and for someone that doesn't wear makeup for too long, I don't like to feel cakey. I don't like to feel like I'm being smothered by my own makeup or from my own face. So I always make sure that I have one of these boys in my bag, and it really helps throughout the day. Okay, so that's basically it for this video. I just wanted to show you how I get a makeup look just using the little products that I have in front of me. It almost look like you haven't tried, but you kind of have. If you are a student, and I know it's hard to spend your hard-earned money on a few products that you really are dying to get, but it's just not the right time, just use what you have. And also not panicking if I don't have an eyeshadow palette. I can still create a very subtle eyeshadow look just using bronzer and blush and all this little goodies that I have in front of me over here. These are the things that are staples to me, and they're always in my handbag whenever I go out. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.